So good evening, everybody. Hi, guys. You're welcome to today's session on Facebook growth, organic Facebook growth, and monetization. Right. So we'll be starting right now. I have with me the phenomenal Cassandra, David, and she'll be getting on the stage very soon to share with us how we can build organically on Facebook. This is like the second part of the class here. So basically, but she would also like be doing a brief recap for those that missed the first session. So you can just go back and listen to the first session after this class so that you really understand where we are coming from. So yeah, I see your comments in the comment section. I see your comments in the comment section. If you are here, just signify in the comment section so that we can know that you are here. So that I can know that you are here. Okay, I'm seeing some comments in the comment section. All right, so that we don't waste time, let us get started immediately. So Cassandra, are you here?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Thank
All
you.
right, so okay, so I am going to mute my mic now so that you can fire on.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Good evening. It's good to be back here. I'm super sorry for everything that's happened this past week. I heard that a lot of you have been asking for this class, so it's good to be back. And without wasting much time, we're going to get right into the business. I expect by now that you would have gone through our previous training because I'm just going to be starting from where we stopped. Permit me to share my screen now. I hope you guys can still hear me. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
good.
we can.
Okay, I'm saying the comments. Thank you. So I'm trying to share my screen. So you let me know in the comment section if you can see my screen. Miracle, you need to add my screen to the live so that they can see it. Good. We are here. So we are back to the Facebook Organic Lead Generation class. Now, in our last class, I taught you guys briefly on what Facebook Organic Lead is. I introduced myself, and just in case you're meeting me for the first time or this is the first time you are joining the session, my name is Cassandra David. I am popularly known as Phenomenal Cassandra. I am a growth and marketing strategist and an 8-figure athlete. That's like the major thing to know about me. So this was our agenda. Basically, you just have to go through our last class to be able to get all this stuff. So we talked about what organic lead generation is. I walk you through how you can set up a good and befitting profile picture for yourself, even on budget. So even if you don't have money, you're a newbie, you're starting out, you don't have money to invest in doing this or looking all posh and all of that, I shared strategies on how you can still look good on budgets. Okay, we talked about your name, we talked about the cover photo, and then we were talking about the bio when we started having network issues. And under the bio, I talked about simple techniques, bio techniques that you can use to be able to craft out compelling bio for yourself. So we talked about who you are and what you do. We talked about your area of interest. We talked about your accomplishments, the services you offer, quotes or something that inspires you, and then contact information or direct link. Now, in our last class, I was talking about using these techniques to be able to create a good bio for yourself. And then we were looking at examples, of how you can combine these things together. And I told you that you can add up who you are plus what you do plus your accomplishments to make a bio for yourself. You can add up your area of interest, what you do, plus the service you offer, or the service you offer as a bio for yourself, or just anything that works out fine for you. Okay, so you can be able to put this together. Now, it's not compulsory that you must have everything well sorted out for you. Remember, in our last class, I told you that to be able to craft out a good bio, you need to answer this question: who are you? What do you do? What are your area of interest? You need to write all these things down and then pick the one you feel is best suit, or the part of you that you want people out there to know you for. So even if you are a newbie, you don't have an accomplishment, because in our last class, some people ask, okay, what if you don't have any accomplishments? Man, accomplishment is not the only thing here. Okay, there is who you are, there is what you do. Your bio is just like 100 word. So 100 word, there is no way you can be able to fix in all these things in your bio. So you could just pick two or three together to make up a bio for yourself. And then we were also looking at, I think this was the very point we were when network started showing us Shege. So we're also looking at some examples that I set aside to be sure that you guys were following me. And the first example here says freelancer and editor, written over 1,000 articles and worked with brands like Dangote and Otedola. And then I was asking you from the biotechniques that I taught you guys, what biotechnique do you think that I used to set up this bio? And a good number of you got it right. So freelancer and editor is who you are and part of what you do, because when you tell somebody you're an editor, so basically somebody already have an idea of what you do, you edit stuff, okay? So freelancer and an editor is who you are and partially of what you do. And then written over um 10,000 articles also covers the services you offer. So if I see written over 10,000 articles on your bio, it signifies or it tells me that you write articles. So that's like the services you offer, you write articles. And then worked with brands like Dangote and Otedola also talks about your accomplishment. So it tells me that not only have you been able to write over 1,000 articles, you have also worked with distinguished brands like Dangote and Otedola. Okay, so this is a very simple, but there is no long. A lot of people stress this whole bio stuff, and you make it look like a whole big deal. There's no big deal about creating a simple bio. Your bio can be so simple that, remember I told you in our last class that the major or the essence of having a good bio is so that when people come to your page, they are able to tell at a glance what you do or what they can learn from you, okay, or what they will benefit from following you or from going through your content and your profile. So you need to make sure that your bio is good enough to keep them, because they will first look at your picture, your name, and then your bio. So it's from your bio that will determine, okay, am I going to follow this person or not? And some people might want to check out, okay, let me check out this person content to see if I should really follow this person or not. And we are going to be coming to content. So I'm going to be talking about content creation soonest. Okay, now the second one here says online entrepreneur, teaching smart individuals how to earn an extra income online. So basically, when you see a um a bio like this, it seems the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, this person is an online entrepreneur. So if I follow this person, or if I decide to stay or become friend with this person or connect to this person, I'm going to learn how to make extra money online. So it's simple and straight to the point. So for this second example, it shows that we used what who you are is the first one. Online entrepreneur, that's who you are. What you do, or the services that you render, is that you are teaching smart individuals how to earn an extra income online. Okay, so this is a well-to-do bio for maybe people who are into the money-making niche and all of that. So you have to I want to see that you guys are still following me in the comment section. So you have to sit yourself down after answering all these questions. Okay, after answering all this question of who you are, what you do, take out paper. This is not something you do with your head. Okay, we are being very, very practical here. Take out paper and write these things down. And you're not writing them to me, you're writing them to yourself. So you do not need to lie. Okay, you don't need to, you're writing in your book who you are, you don't need to lie to yourself who you are not. So just express yourself the way you think you can express yourself, and then answer all these things. Okay, who am I? What do I do? What are my areas of interest? I love football. I love food. I love to travel. I love the different people have different area of interest. Okay, I love politics. What are my area of interest? And then what are my accomplishments? So accomplishments, the word accomplishment, it does not necessarily mean it has to be a big deal. Okay, it has to be a big deal. I tell people a lot, the fact that I transitioned from being a mechanical engineer, into internet marketing is an achievement for me. That is an achievement, one of my achievements. So achievement naturally is not something so big. So when people hear achievement, you're already thinking in your head, I've not made millions, or I've not had one big thing like that to be. The achievement could be anything. It could be literally anything. You probably won a competition in one Facebook group, writing competition. It's an achievement. You do this, you've hit your first 6 figure online. It's an achievement. Okay, you've been invited to speak at different groups, or you've taught different set of people or in different communities. You've been invited to different communities to hold trainings. Those are accomplishments. You are the one who defines what your accomplishment is. People are not going to define what accomplishment is for you. Like I always tell people, you need to learn how to celebrate your wins, like every single win that you have. The moment you begin to learn how to celebrate your win, you begin to see how much more of an accomplishment you have. Okay, when you begin to, because those little things that you neglect are actually an accomplishment for you, but because you don't celebrate them, you don't know. For example, you've never hosted a training before, but now you've gathered 200 people, you taught them successfully, like you were able to run the class from beginning down to the end, and people are like, wow, I got value. Even if maybe you upsold to them in the class and nobody is buying, the fact that you have done your first ever WhatsApp class, it's an accomplishment. There are people who have never done a WhatsApp class in their life. That's an accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself. You should celebrate it as one of your wins. That's a first step to becoming the phenomenal or the big expert that you are aspiring to be. Okay, so like I said before, you define what accomplishment is for you, and then you can write out all the things that you feel that you have been able to accomplish. I remember sometime in 2020 when I finished there's this Google Digital Skills certification that we applied for in 2020. I don't know if Miracle applied for that stuff, but I remember me and some couple of my friends applied for that stuff. And the training, it's a Google marketing, digital marketing course. The training was very intense that I failed my exam twice. Like because for my certification, I failed my exam twice. Like I had to retake the exam the second time, and then it took the exam the third time before I was able to pass. I posted it online because it was a big deal. A lot of people get halfway of that course and give up because it's stressful. So for me to go through the beginning down to the ending, down to doing exam one, second, third time, was a big deal. I celebrated my win on the internet that, yeah, I'm now a Google certified digital marketer. If it easy, go do them. So do you get? So why I'm telling you this, I'm just trying to portray to you that you define what accomplishment is for you, okay? And then we talk about the services that you offer. So what are the services? What do you do? What service do you render? So you need to know what service you render. You teach people how to make money online. You teach people how to write and publish their books successfully on Amazon. You teach people how to become good freelancer or highly sought after freelancer. You teach people how to, what exactly do you do? What are the services that you offer? You need to define that. And I believe, or I am of the belief that most of the people who are listening to me are affiliate marketers. So the fact that you're affiliate marketer, every one of us are not in the same niche. The affiliate marketer who promotes only freelancing course. The affiliate marketer who promotes only copywriting course. The affiliate marketer who promotes only Facebook ads course. The affiliate marketer who promotes only Amazon KDP course. So you see that everybody has their different niche. So we do not offer the same stuff. Don't say because you saw certain thing in this person bio, that is how you will craft out your bio. You don't know, or you're not certain if you're offering the same services as that person. So you need to define what service you offer, what it is exactly that you help people do. Okay, and then your quotes or something that inspires you. Anything that inspires you. For me, one of the things I always say, if you follow me very well, you know one of my favorite quotes is that growth is a process. People do not become a success overnight. They went through a process to get to that growth level that they are in. So growth is a process is one quote that inspires me. So and there's no way you will follow me for like 1 full month without knowing or without hearing growth is a process from me. So that's something that I could decide to put it on my bio. It's not a bad thing. So I choose what I want. So after answering all these things in your notebook, you then decide which one, okay, which one do I want to let out there? Okay, so do I just want to put who am I, then my area of interest alone, or do I want to put who am I and the services I offer alone? Now, remember in the last class, I told you that the more you grow, the more inefficient most of these things becomes for you, because when you begin to grow and gain more authority, you can begin to break certain rules. Like, for example, I talked about in the profile picture part where I talked about when you begin to grow to certain levels, you necessarily do not have to have the same profile picture on all your social media platform, because by that time people are already used to your face. So any picture you put, they know that it's you. But now as a newbie that nobody know you, you're just starting out online, I'll come to your WhatsApp, I'll see another picture. Your Facebook is another picture that is there. You just took one fine picture, you wore one fine clothes to Sunday service. How are these fine clothes? Everybody must see it. Bam, you have updated the new profile picture. No, it doesn't work that way, okay? Growing is more like you are paying the price for your growth. So you get to a certain level, you might decide. I mean, I think there was a part between September and October on my Twitter, there was nothing on my bio. I just left it blank like that, because that's what I just felt like. I was like, okay, let me just leave this bio blank. So you begin to go that starting to just be like, okay, let me just put this, because a lot of people are already getting to know you and they know what you do already, or they know what they are learning from you or what they are gaining. But as a newbie who is trying to build a brand online, who is trying to be able to get people to trust you and bring out their money to buy from, because this is the main deal. All these things that we have been saying since, the end result is that we want these people to bring out their money and buy what we are selling. So we have to go through all this process to get them to trust us, so that they get comfortable to say, okay, yes, I'm ready to buy what this girl is selling. I'm ready to buy what this boy is selling. Okay, so yeah, some extra things to look at when creating your bio. Are we following? Let me see in the comments. Are we following? Let me see that you guys are following me. I'm checking the comments. So I know that I'm not talking to myself, please. Hey, have I been talking to myself?
Sorry, I did not know I muted. I unmuted my mic. My mic was muted.
Okay, so I'm seeing the comments now. We are following. Are following good. So here are some extra things to look at when crafting out your bio. Keep it simple. You don't have to like like I told you, it's not so much of a big deal. Like there's a coach online that always says the more simple you can be, the more easy people can fall in love with you. Okay, so the more simple you can be, the more easy people can fall in love with you, because most people they don't want to see something on your bio that they have to go and check the dictionary or Google what that thing means before they know what you're. Nobody has that time. Imagine me stumbling to your profile picture and I saw you call yourself one thing, and I'm like, okay, what does this thing mean? And I have to go and be checking Google. I don't have that time. When you're not a celebrity, that I will not be investing my time to go and look. So you have to keep it as simple as possible. Then avoid the use of super words like expert, guru, pro, mentor, coach, especially as a newbie. So if you know you're just starting out, avoid all these super words. Okay, reasons being that you are starting out, so you're going to fail at most things. For example, your first class can be error. You might make mistake, you might stammer, you might there might be a whole lot of errors. So you don't want to send the wrong signal. And somebody said, I was going through a post today on Twitter. Somebody was saying that don't do things that you will have to start proving yourself all over again to people, because some people might not give you that chance to prove yourself again. What that means is that you've called yourself an expert, and now I'm in your WhatsApp class and you flopped. I might never listen to you again. So there is no other chance for you to prove to me that yes, I am an expert though. So don't crown yourself certain things that you have not gotten to yet. Okay, you're going to get there. See, one thing about growth is that and when you become the expert, like you really become an expert at what you do, you're not even going to be interested in that title. I tell you this for truth. Like with all humility and experience, when you get to that level, the title, you'll be tired of it. It's people that will be calling you coach, mentor, expert. I'm inviting these experts to come and teach you guys. Even you yourself, you'll be tired of all those many titles. So why not just allow yourself to grow? Give yourself the permission to get to those levels. Okay, first. So as a newbie, you're going to be trying a whole lot of things. You're trying to grow. You're going to be testing different things to see what is going to work for you and what is not going to work. So avoid all these big titles so that should in case you flop, you don't have to start explaining to yourself why you flopped as an expert because you never called yourself an expert in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's easier or it's better for you to be on a safer side. Okay, so avoid all this men. So you can just say you are a writer. You don't need to say I'm a writing expert. You can just say you're an affiliate marketer. You don't need to say you're an affiliate marketing expert or you're affiliate marketing pro. Actually, you don't need all those many titles are good, okay. And one thing also that you should know, like for my experience as an affiliate marketer, it's not titles that actually makes you a lot of money. It's the sales process, your funnel, and every sales process that you go through that makes you the money. So if you like, call yourself affiliate marketing expert from now till tomorrow. That what title on your bio will not put money into your account. Is when you do the things that brings in the money, that the money will actually come. Okay, so you don't have to um, tangle yourself so much with all those titles. They are going to come with your growth, and you begin to grow. It's people that will start calling you all those names. You don't need to prove yourself because your works, your results, and everything that you've been able to accomplish are going to speak well for yourself, and you are going to even have proof. For example, you're calling yourself an eight-figure athlete, and you've actually not made eight figures. So imagine if you are telling you're asked to come and prove yourself and you have not even made up to 1 million and you're calling yourself eight figures. Eight figures actually means over 10 million naira. So imagine calling yourself an eight-figure athlete and then you have not even done, or you have done maybe like a million plus and all of that. So you have to um don't rush things. I think that's basically it. Then the next one is be authentic and true. So one of the things that have helped me that I think or I have noticed that has helped me is that I just try as much as possible to be myself. Even teaching here and talking to you, you can see or observe that I'm being myself. Okay, so try to be true and authentic. You get people to love you better. Okay, you get people to love you. You don't have to fake it till you make it or try to be who you are not, because especially when it comes to building a brand, okay, you tend not to last because you get tired of trying to be somebody else. But being yourself is just you, so you're not doing something new or something different. And when I say be yourself, I'm not saying like if you have a very bad attitude, you bring it to the internet. Oh. No, 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 please go. You have to first go and work on your attitude. When I'm talking about being authentic and true is um say say it like as it is. Okay, don't paint, don't add, don't subtract, don't exaggerate, don't give yourself all those many crowns and titles and hype and all of all those things that you've not gotten into. Just be true and authentic, and then people will fall in love with you as you are. I think when I was teaching some newbie athletes, I was telling them, I said, some of you think that it's until when you call yourself an expert, that's when people will buy from you, because you feel like the big people in the industry are selling because they have results, and so you have to fake your own result. These big people you are looking at, there was a time they were like you. They had no results. They didn't just overnight have that result. They went through process. So why not go through that process? There was a time they've not made their first sale. They've not made their 10th sale. They were just starting and they didn't even know what to do. Okay, they went through that process to get to that level. So you to go through your process journey so that when you get to the top, you are able to sustain it. So now we've looked at I'm really going to be fast because yeah, our time is fast spent. So we looked at your profile picture, your name, your
We can't see your screen. Oh.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, we can't see your screen.
I'm coming. Share the screen again. Mm. So you have to accept the screen on. Okay. Yes. Let me see. Oh yeah, you need to accept the screen on. Okay, you need to bring this my slides to the screen so that.
It's not even showing. No, it's like it's not showing at all. I'm checking there.
I
Okay,
am
I've
at the
seen it.
back stage. Remember, I'm joining this. So,
I've seen it.
oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, he's back now, right?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay. Good to know. So we've looked at all this. So we're going to be getting to the next part or our next agenda, which is your content and your personal brand. Remember, I told you the whole purpose of this is to be able to position yourself where people can trust you enough to pay you for what you are selling. And trust me, everything that I'm teaching you here tonight is something that can be applicable for any of your social media platform. We're just using Facebook as a case study, and I so much love Facebook because I feel okay that Facebook is one of the easiest platforms to build a brand on, especially if you're starting as a newbie and you don't have so much money to start, doing your big stuff. So you can start on Facebook and make a whole lot of money for yourself, then use part of those money to scale your business. So let's look at personal branding first of all. Let me see. Let's look at personal branding. I'm sure this is not new to some people, and for those people who probably are hearing personal branding for the first time, let's go together. So, what is a brand? In simple term, a brand is an identity. It could be a name, a logo, a symbol, a structure, just anything that distinguish a product or a services from another. That's what a brand is. So a brand could be a name, it could be a logo, symbol, structure, just anything at all that distinguish this thing from this thing. That's a brand. For example, what distinguish me and Miracle is our name. My brand, Cassandra David, is what distinguish me from Miracle Patrick. Okay, so my name, Cassandra David, now it's a brand, it's a personal brand. That's basically what brand is. So we have three types of brands. We have the personal brand, and we have the personal brand, the business brand, and the corporate brand. Now, for the purpose of this training, we're just going to be looking at personal brand because every one of us here is a personal brand. Okay, maybe few persons here might have a business brand or something, but most of us here are personal brands. Okay, so business brand and corporate brands are like bigger conglomerates that we know, like brands like MTN, brands like maybe GT Bank, brands like Nokia, Infinix. Those are like corporate brands, more bigger structure brands. So basically, we're looking at personal brand, which is a single person brand. Now, what is personal branding? Personal branding is the process of creating or developing an identity around your name, okay? And that is building a perception about yourself. So basically, a personal brand is building what or building yourself in how you want people to know you, or what you want people to know about you. That's your personal brand. Okay, so if I want people to know me as one of the there was something in my head, it just skipped my head now. I wanted to say something. lead vocal or somebody who is very good in music. I start building my brand in that direction. I'll start, creating content in music, in musical direction. And with time, people will start to know me that, oh, this Cassandra David girl can sing. She sings and, heaven comes down. That kind of a thing. So that is what personal brand is. I'm using all these things so that you can understand to the simplest level. Okay, even if this is your first time hearing the word. So that's basically what personal brand is. What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to know you for? So when your name is being called in a room, in a gathering, when your name is being mentioned, what is the first thing that comes to people's mind? What is the first thing that they think about you? That is your brand. Okay, that is your brand. Now the personal branding now is now the process of creating and developing that identity. So you are the one who decide what people will know you for. So the process of you creating that identity is what we now call building your personal brand. So when you hear people say, you need to build your personal brand, you need to build your brand, what they are simply saying is you need to create an identity for yourself. You need to create an identity that people will know you for. People need to know you for something. People need to know something about you. People need to be able to attach your name to something. That is what they are trying to say. I believe we understand. I really want this class to be very, very interactive. So as I'm going, I might be a bit fast tonight because of my schedule, but I want to carry everybody along. I really want to carry everybody along. I don't want you to leave this class confused or anything. You need to gain clarity. I mean, you can't even listen or be under my teaching and not gain clarity. It's a taboo. So please, as I'm speaking, I need you guys to be like responding to me or dropping a nugget. Let me just know that you are following me, so I don't start feeling at one point that I lost you guys or something. So it's basically building a perception about yourself. So personal branding is not a popularity contest. It's about having a positive impact on people while being yourself. Okay, so they been this notion about this fake it till you make it kind of thing. You need to position yourself like this, so that people can accept you and all of all those things. No, that's not what personal branding actually is. There's been a whole lot of pollution and different definitions to actually what building a personal brand is. Like I said before, building a personal brand is um building how you want people to see you, what you want to be known for. And it's not a popularity contest. It's just simply having positive impact on people while being yourself. Okay, so you are a writer, and probably you've been writing, and your your content have been inspiring people. People that have been following you, they've been reading your content. They are maybe either inspired, educated, or motivated, whatever the case may be. You are building a brand for yourself. So when your name is mentioned, people say, this person is a writer. Or when they are mentioning, like maybe somebody make a post and say, please mention any good writers you know. People think about you when that thing is mentioned. That is what it means to build a brand. So for example, if they say, please, I need a good fashion designer, mention a good fashion designers that you know, and your name are part of what comes to people's mind. It just simply means you've been trying, you are building a brand for yourself. So if they say mention good graphic designer and your name is part of the names that comes to people's mind, it means that to an extent you have built a brand as a graphic designer. So that's basically what um branding is. Okay, that's what basically building a brand. So you see that from my explanation, this has basically nothing to do with packaging or trying to fake it till you make it, kind of things. Just basically structuring yourself and positioning yourself in a particular niche and being known for that thing. Now we're going to be looking at practical ways to building your personal brand. I told you that this class is going to be as practical as possible. Okay, and I hope that you're writing, or probably if you're listening to me with your phone, you can take screenshots so that you can write them. But I would prefer you write, because there are some things I'll say that might not be on my slides. Okay, So now practical ways to building your personal brand. The first one is brand clarity. Now you cannot build a brand when you don't even know what you want to build a brand on. So the first thing first, picking a niche. Picking a niche. What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to know you for? That's the first thing. So you have to gain clarity. Sit down, you ask yourself, okay, what do I want to be known for? Do I want to be known as a freelancer? Do I want to be known as a writer, a graphic designer, a web developer, a fashion designer, a hairstylist? Whatever it is, you have to first pick a niche. Okay, and there's this thing I skipped when teaching you guys about bio. So there's this wrong thing I see a lot of people do. When you go to their bio, you designer, writer, personal development coach, motivational speaker, you see like 5 different things. Like it's so wrong because if your bio, I won't even take you seriously. I feel like you are a jack of all trades. Like how come you have so many things like this? Only you are a graphic designer. Only you are a motivational speaker. Only you are a personal development coach. Only you are a writer. Only you are a web designer. I know that many people, like, you do these things or you put these things there because you have taken trainings on this. Maybe you have gone through a graphic designer course. Now you're not designing graphic, bam, you have put it in your bio. You went through one class that they taught people on how to be a good writer, bam, you have added writer to your bio. You went through that class where they taught people how to build website design, bam, you have added website designer on your bio. No, that's not how it works. Okay, you need to pick a niche. Okay, you've learned this many things. So which one do I want people to know me for? Others will serve as a support system for that niche. Let me give you an example. For example, let's say, I mentioned graphic designer, writer, web designer. So let me use this story for example. You might decide that you want to be a writer. You might decide that among these 3 things, now you are picking, among the 3 things you have learned, you are picking writing as your niche. Now, that graphic design skills, you don't need to call yourself a graphic designer. That graphic design skills that you have learned can help you in handling your graphic work. So you don't necessarily have to pay someone 5,000, 10,000 to do graphics for you anytime maybe you want to host a class or you want to just do a design. So that skill you have learned to now serve as a support system to your niche. So not everything you learn that be that person. Imagine me, if I tell you all the skills that I've learned, man, if I list them to you, they will reach like 7. So imagine me calling, imagine
So sorry, guys. It seems network kicked her out or something. But if you guys have been enjoying the class, just drop a comment set. Just drop a fire emoji in the comment section. If you have been enjoying the class so far, drop a fire emoji. Drop fire in the comment section. It seems network kicked her out, but she's going to be joining back very soon. If you guys can hear me and you have been enjoying the class so far, drop fire in the comment section. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, Cassandra. Since network kicked you out, but you're back. Yes, so you
God I
can fire
beg.
on.
Please,
Um,
network, be in our favor today, man. I'm trying to share my screen again.
okay, okay. I can see fire in the comment section. They are waiting for you. Okay, okay. Let me just see when your screen. Oh, okay, yeah, your screen is up, so you can
I'm so
fire on.
sorry
It's okay.
for the network. So I was talking about trying to be everything at the same time. No, your other skills that you are learning should serve as support system. Now, this is like, apart from the fact that I'm teaching you this, take this as your biggest growth secret for next year. Write out all the skills that you feel you've acquired So those skill, pick one that you know that this is what I want people to know me for, and those other ones should not serve as support system. So I was giving an example that you're a graphic designer, you're a writer, you're a web designer. So you decide that you want to pick a niche, which is writing. Your graphic designer will now serve as a support system. Anytime you need to host a class or you need anything that is form of a flyer, you don't have to pay somebody. You can just quickly do it by yourself. So you are saving yourself money. So you see how your graphic design skill is now a support system for your business, for your niche. So you don't have to you really call yourself a graphic designer. So let's say you are hosting a class and you want to take people through like the whole sales process, the whole sales funnel, like getting them into your landing page and all of that. You can decide to design your landing page now. All those guys used to design landing page, they used to charge it big money. So imagine saving yourself 10,000, 20,000 because you are able to design your landing page by yourself. So you see how that skill is a support system for your business. So imagine learning copywriting now, for example, and maybe you want to run a class. Now you don't have to pay a copywriter to write your sales letter for you. You can sit down, craft out a good sales letter because you learned copywriting. So that does not mean you have to call yourself a copywriter. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So every of all those other things that you have learned can serve as a support system to the particular niche that you want to build. So if you have all those things on your biography designer, personal development coach, all those many things, please go and remove them and just try and pick a niche or pick one out or pick two at most. Maybe you say a graphic designer and a writer. Yeah, and you leave it like that, and use. I taught you how to craft a bio, and say other stuff that needs to be on your bio. Please don't put all those many things. Only you are 5 different things. And one of the disadvantages of having your bio that way is that when someone who needs a particular service, for example, if I say I need the service of a web designer and somebody recommended you to me, and I say, let me check out your profile, get to your profile, and I'm seeing graphic designer, web designer, writer, personal development coach. I'll be like, this one does not know what he's doing. Or it's like, this one cannot be, this one that is many things. It will not be an expert. I need somebody who is an expert. Have you heard when somebody say, I need someone who is an expert, someone who is into this field? That's everybody wants. When somebody wants to work with someone, everybody is looking for an expert. They're not looking for a jack of all trades. They're looking for somebody who is, that particular thing. So imagine, sometimes when you are sick and you go to an hospital, you have some health issue. Even when you are seeing a doctor, they'll tell you you need to go to the dentist. Why? Because that's not my field. There is someone who is specializes on taking care of the teeth alone. Even though I'm a doctor, I might have little ideas about this thing because it was part of the things I had to study. But then I'm not a dentist. You have to go and see a dentist if you're having a tooth problem. So that's how it is for a niche too. So you might have ideas for all these whole things, but pick one thing. And when people need those other services, you can recommend it to them or do them on a low key. You don't have to put them out there. So pick a niche. Okay, this is really going to help you. Recently, I got somebody sending me a WhatsApp message. So the guy was like, he does very good designs, that if I need design, he can help me out. He also do landing pages, he build websites. He sent me samples of some of the websites that he has built. And I said he also knows how to write good sales copies in case I need sales copies for my ad. Like it was just going on and on different things. I just read his messages and I just like, I can't even use you for anything because it shows me that you know too much. So you're not going to be an expert in anything. Somebody who knows too much can never be an expert. So you just like you are knowing small from here. You can never compare that kind of person with somebody who the only thing he does is web design. So if I'm to pick, like if I need a web design job and somebody give me that kind of person who does a lot of things and somebody who the only thing he does is web design, I will pick that person because I feel like that person is an expert. That's the only thing he does. So he knows in and out. He's more experienced. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you have to decide the niche. I think I've done so much on picking a niche. Okay, so the next one to practical ways to building your brand is brand credibility. Okay, I think this is where the work lies in, like when you begin to actually do the work. So building credibility simply means building your KLT. Okay, KL2 is the know, like, and trust factor. So this stage is where you are trying to get people to know you, know what you do, getting people to like you, and getting them to trust you. Okay, and one of the ways you can build brand credibility is through your content. We're going to get to that. Now, the next one is brand visibility, making more people know you. The more people know you, the more you're likely to get sales. Okay, the more people know you, the more you're likely to get sales. So putting your brand out there, making more people to see you, making more people to know about you, about your business. And then the fourth one is brand monetization. That is making money from your brand. So I see a lot of people stop at number three, especially those people who are trying to be an influencer or something, something. So you see a lot of them, they've been able to pick a niche for themselves. Everybody knows that this is what they are doing. Okay, everybody knows that this is what they are doing. They've been able to build the know, like, and trust factor. People have liked them. People, when people stumble on their comment, they like, they comment, they share. They've been able to build that trust. They've been able to build visibility. More people every day, they are getting 100, 200 new followers and all of that, but they don't know how to make money from those followers. I've stumbled on a whole lot of people like that. Okay, they don't know how to get these people to buy from them. They don't know how to get these people to bring out their money and buy from them, which is like the most important thing. Because if you're going through the process of building your brand and you stop at number three, you will just be the popular broke person. Like, you'll be so popular yet you're broke, and that's not what we want for ourselves. Okay, guys. So why is personal branding important? Why is personal branding important? Oh God, I knew that my screen has left this place. Marika, you need to bring back my screen to the. Mm, mm. Okay. I'm back now. Let me share my screen again. Okay.
Hey, Cassandra, it's back.
Yeah. Okay. So we are back. So why is personal branding important? So why is it important to even build a brand? First, it helps you control people's perception rather about you. Like, you remember I talked about personal brand is building a perception around yourself. So it helps you control people's perception about you. So it's what you want people to think of you that they will think. because that's what you're going to put out there, and that's what you want people to know about you, that they would know. So it helps you control people's perception about you. Okay, help people control that this particular thing is what this person is good at. This particular thing is this person area of focus. Now the second one, it positions you for more opportunities. Okay, because people will want to connect with you, people will recommend you, people say, "Ah, this person is good at this." If I have someone that is in need of that particular, I might not even, the thing about, one thing about like sales process is that sometimes you might even generate lead. That lead might not buy from you, but one single lead can recommend 10 different people, can know different people that needs that particular time. Like, ah, this person, is good at this. This person is good at this. I've been following her. She's very good. I've seen, her result. I've seen, how what she does, and I can beat my chest to it. That's what building a personal brand can help you do. So yeah, positions you for more opportunity. People can begin to beat their chest for you. People can recommend you to other people. So you get more opportunities to meet people, more opportunities to speak in an event, more opportunities for maybe an award recommendation or whatever the case may be. Now it helps you promote other things that comes from you. So when you build a brand, it helps you promote other things that comes from you. So today you can come and say this, and people will fly in because they trust you. They know that, anything coming from this person, would be legit. That's if you build a brand of integrity, though. So they will know that, yes, this thing coming from this person is legit. So it helps you promote every other thing that comes from you. It helps you build influence. So influence is the process of being able to direct people in a path. So when you say this, people listen, people jump. You how you know that people have influence, for those people, like those of you that have mentors or coaches that you look up to on the internet. When they say certain things, you already believe. You don't even need to do research. You already believe. You already adopted that way of thinking because this person said it. So that is how it is. That's what influence is. So, and that's the kind of brand you want to build with your audience. You want to be able to influence them to take certain decisions, to do certain things. You say you're hosting a class, everybody wants to attend. You say you are doing this, everybody, you are promoting a product, people wants to buy just because it's coming from you. So it also helps you stand out from the crowd. Okay, so building your brand helps you stand out from the crowd. One thing you need to know is that you're not the only one doing what you're doing. There are 1,001 people doing that same thing. So what's going to distinguish you and those 1,001 other people is your brand. Okay, so even if every one of us is doing the same thing, there will never be another you. Like I will always say, there will never be another Cassandra David. It's my brand. My uniqueness lies in my brand. So even if we have another Cassandra David who is an affiliate marketer, that Cassandra David cannot be me. I can't be that Cassandra David. So it helps you stand out from the crowd, okay? And then it helps you build trust in people. It can help you build trust in people. They've been able to like you. They've seen what you're doing. They've seen you have integrity. You're authentic. You're true to yourself. They've trusted you. So when you say certain things, they believe it. So when you tell somebody that, this is the air vendor that I use, the person is legit. You just start seeing people, a lot of people buying from your air vendor. That's how people become influencers, though. It's basically building trust. When you come out and say, this is my air vendor, this, that, you see a lot of your audience going to your air vendor. I want to buy this, I want to buy. Simply because you said so. Why? They trust you. They know that it's coming from you, so it's going to be legit. That's basically the importance of building a brand. That's why you see celebrities, influencers, they are serious about building their brand because there is a whole lot of benefits to building your brand. And most importantly, it helps you build your business. So if you do everything rightly, you're going to make a whole lot of money, okay, from it. All right. So we're going to be going to the other part of this class, which is the content creation. So now we've looked at your personal brand. I've taught you what personal branding is, importance of personal brand, and practical ways that practical ways to build your brand. Okay, now we're going to be looking at content creation, which is like the major part of this session. You've always heard that content is king. So there is no brand without content. There is no content without brand. This is like the most important part of your brand journey. So now what is content creation? Content creation is a simple information directed to your audience. As simple as that. No big grammar. I know you probably have heard about content creation and you probably have different definition about content. This is what in layman language it is. It's a simple information directed to your audience. You want to say this thing, that is content. You're trying to say this, it's content. Whatever it is that you post is content. Okay, so it's just a simple information that is directed to your audience. So now how do you diagnose valuable content? You hear people say post valuable content. You need to post valuable content. This is how people will know, like, and trust you. This is how they will follow you. This is how you become an influencer. This is how you become an expert in your niche. Post valuable content. And you ask yourself, okay, what is valuable content? So how do I know a content that is valuable? How do I know that this thing that I want to post right now is valuable? So I'm going to teach you right now how to be able to diagnose a valuable content. Now, the first thing is that the content is informative. So that basically, this is like what I use personally, and everything I've been teaching you from the beginning of the class are something I have done, what I'm still doing, what I use personally. I'm not teaching you something that is in my head. I'm teaching you something that was born out of experience. Okay. So now, how you diagnose valuable content? The content has to be informative, educating, entertaining, or inspiring. So when you're posting a content, you ask yourself, okay, this content now, this thing that I want to post, what will my audience gain from it? What will it do to my audience? Is it going to inform them? Is it going to educate them? Is it going to entertain them? Or is it going to inspire them? It has to fall within this category. And if it doesn't, it simply means that content is not valuable enough. So you might decide not to post it. So when you create out a content and you want to post it, no matter how simple that content is, you just have to ask yourself simple question. Is it going to, and informative content is a content that inform people about something. You're informing people, maybe an announcement, or you're informing people something happened. Okay, you're just informing people, are being informed. People read the content, they're being, it's like a new knowledge is added, something that they don't know before. Now, oh wow, okay, so this is how this thing is. Just like it's an information, basically an information. You know what an information is? That is what. Oh, my screen is off again. Jesus Christ. Okay, I know what's happening. My laptop is disconnecting to my Wi-Fi. That's what's happening. My laptop keeps disconnecting. Hmm. I'm trying to connect it back. My laptop is keeps disconnecting from my Wi-Fi. So that's why my screen is always. That's what's happening.
So sorry, guys. Our network went off, but she's getting back on.
Hmm. Okay. Give me some minutes. I will need to use my other phone to connect. Okay, a few minutes, guys. I'm trying to get back on. Okay, so I think we are back. Try sharing my screen. So Mark, you can add the this thing, my slide back to the screen.
I'm trying to add it. Wait, just hold on. Let me check. Okay, okay, I've seen it. Uh, yes.
Okay, so this is how you are able to diagnose a valuable content. So you see that this whole thing are not like so much of a big deal as you thought. Okay, it's just knowing these little things. Okay, that's what makes you an expert actually, knowing these small things that a lot of people neglect. So you're able to tell if a content is informative. Okay, this content I'm posting is you educating? So can my audience be able to learn one or two things? Can they say, oh, this content is so valuable, I learned this, I learned that. That's an educating content. Is it entertaining? Will it make them laugh, catch cruise? Okay, that's how you know content that are valuable. Is it inspiring? People will read this and are like, oh wow, like start thinking about their life or start thinking about their future or start, those are like inspiring content. So these are how you are able to diagnose valuable content. And as someone who's trying to build a brand, or because you're picking a niche, you naturally do not have to always post. In fact, your content become boring if every day you're always informing us. Today we come, you are informing. Next tomorrow you are informing. Like you're going to basically be building a boring brand because every day we're always informing, or every day you're always teaching us, teaching us, teaching us. There are not some days you try to even laugh with us or even inspire us. Every day you are teaching us, teaching us, teaching us. So you have to be able to, mix these things in your content creation journey. So sometimes be flexible, entertain, post memes, but don't do it all the time, depending on the kind of brand. Because this is not like a full blown personal branding class. The aspect of branding that talks about your brand tone, and all of that, your brand message and all of that. So basically, your brand tone is how you want your brand to sound. You want to be very professional, like very, very professional. People can never see you speak English or hear you speak, sorry, I mean, speak Pidgin or write Pidgin. You are strict, professional, that classic kind of brand. Or you want to be like a flexible brand like my own, just flexible, just do what we want to do. So we can be strict whenever we want to, we can be funny whenever we want to. You want to be a funny brand. Everybody knows that every day this girl is just so funny. Even when you are posting and educating content, people will still laugh because you mix it with things that makes it relatable and funny. So those are like brand tones. Okay, so depending on your brand tone will now determine how you are able to create or curate this content. So you will now know if you're going to be posting more of entertaining content, or you're going to be posting more of inspiring content, or you're going to be posting more of educating content, like that, like that. Okay, like that. But make sure you mix this stuff so you don't bore your audience. Sometimes laugh and play with them. Sometimes you saw a video that's funny that made you laugh, that does not have any negative impact on the life of people. You can share it with your audience and make them laugh too. Stuff like that. Okay, so now how to generate content ideas. I know you might have been asking, okay, now that you have put us content, now that you have been able to tell us um how to diagnose valuable content. Okay, how do I now know what to be posting? What do I post? How do I generate ideas? How do I not run out of content? So that's what we're going to be dealing right about now. Okay, how to generate content ideas. I hope you guys are following. Let me say in the comment. Let me say in the comment. We are rounding up quickly. Oh Jesus, 8:30. We're rounding up quickly. Hmm, let's see. Are you guys following me? It's the comment section I'm using to know when I am still live with you guys.
I
So,
can hear you from my end. You're still live from my end.
okay.
I can hear you.
Good to know. So we're going to be looking at how to generate content ideas because you want to make sales. So you want to be at that point where not that you now wake up today. It happens, sometimes you can wake up and like, oh, what do I post today? But what do I post today? Like when people say, what do I post today? There are different meanings. That what do I post today can be that you have plenty things in your head. You don't know which one to post. And what do I post today can be like there is nothing in your head. Your head is so blank. You have no idea. So you don't want to get to that point where your head is so blank. You have no idea on what you are to post. So that's why we're going to be looking at how to generate content ideas. Now, the first one here is user generated content. Okay, sorry, audience generated content. Now, this is um a part whereby you can be able to generate ideas from your audience. For example, you can ask your audience, what do you want me to always talk about? Or what do you want to learn? Or what are the problems you are facing in your affiliate marketing business? Or what are the problems you are facing or the challenges you're having trying to make money online? Or what have been your past challenges in your money making journey? Asking them questions that makes them answer you. That way you are able to generate ideas. So for example, you are asking your audience, what do you want me to talk about the most? Maybe you've been talking about a whole lot of things and your audience say, okay, I want you to start teaching us more on, how we can get people to trust us or how we can get people to buy us. I've been generating a lot of leads, they are not buying. So now I've known that okay, this is what my audience wants to hear. So in maybe a couple of weeks or couple of days, I'll now start, talking more about sales closing, objection handling, getting people to buy. My content to be directed in that direction. That's what we call audience generated content. So your audience are giving you ideas on the kind of content that you can post. So when you talk, okay, what are the challenges you have been experiencing, about making money online. So they get to talk. And then from there, you are generating ideas on content that you can post. Okay. On content that you can post. The second one is generating ideas from other people's posts. Please write this down. Be writing all these things down. They are important because content is what you need to build your brand. No content, nobody will buy from you. Content is what makes people know what you are selling. Content is what builds the know, like, and trust factor. So if you have no content, nobody will buy. If you have a boring content, nobody will buy. So this is like part of the most important aspect of this our training. So now we talked about generating ideas from other people's posts. So you can read other people's posts. So today you came online on Facebook, America has posted, this your friend has posted, you read their posts and you're able to generate ideas. Probably they talk about a particular thing. And there are some times I know you experience this. I don't want to ask how many people experience this. I feel like almost everybody experiences. There sometimes you'll be reading some people post. Your mind is already thinking so many other things from that post. That's why as a brand, as a phenomenal brand, like I always tell my people, as a phenomenal brand that you are or that you're aspiring to be, you should have a pen ready at hand. Either a pen, like a physical pen and a paper, or your phone. If you have a notepad where as ideas are just flowing, you are jotting them down because sometimes ideas come through your mind like flash. So sometimes you might be reading people's posts, like just scrolling through on Facebook. Maybe Miracle Patrick created the content and you are reading it, and maybe the content is very educating and you learned one or two things. One idea just drop in your head, or maybe there are some things she did not add that she's supposed to add, or maybe there are more suggestions that you are supposed to, that you feel you can, add to spice up the content. You can write those things down, and those things can serve as an idea to create your own content. Now, what I said is different from Miracle Patrick post something. You now just go and copy it and post it because you are inspired. That's stealing somebody's post, no? Yes, you just stole somebody's post and you can actually be charged for it. You can be sued for it and you'll be paid millions of naira. Okay, if you're charged for copyright. So don't do that. In fact, it doesn't even sell well to your brand that you are building when you are copying other idea that is not your own. Somebody sat down, thought about something, you just copy that. If you want to copy people's posts or you feel like you want to repost their content, you either share, use the share button, or then you post it with full reference. And I think this is like the best like one of the best place to say this. When you are giving reference to people when you are copying their posts, don't go and you now put at the end, after you have copied the post, at the end, you now post C, you now put the person's name. No, put it at the beginning. Post, reposting from, tag the person, then post the content. That's the proper way. And when you do things like that, it tells people that you are responsible. You are taking responsibility of the fact that this content is not yours. And you know, I talked about being authenticity. Most of these things, a lot of people overlook them, but these are the things that build your brand. These are the things that a lot of people observe and like, this person is very true. This person is very, these little things. I mean, if you can steal somebody's post and claim or post it on your page without referencing the person, you can steal somebody's money too. You can scam somebody. That's what it means. So when you do these things, these are little red flags that you might be attaching to your brand unknowingly to you. That's how people are beginning to look at you. So you need to take certain responsibilities to show people that you are responsible and you are authentic. Okay, so that's from the that's aspect. Now, generating content ideas from the comment section of your post or the people's posts. So when people make posts, they have comment section. So people will drop their suggestions, will drop their ideas in the comment section. So from the suggestion other people have dropped, you might get ideas. That's why they say people who have like evergreen content are people who read a lot. So if you want to be someone who is good at creating content, you need to learn how to read. So you can see all these things I've been talking about is that creating, reading, creating, because you have to read people's comment before you know that you can generate ideas from their comment section. Okay, so you can generate ideas from people's comment section. People are going to drop in their suggestion. Someone like me, if I read a post and I like it, I always, the first place I go to is the comment. I always want to read what other people are saying about that post. In fact, I spend more time in the comment section of that post than the actual post, because the comments, I love comment section. I'm going to teach you a lot about commenting. I really love comment section. So a lot of ideas can come through that part. So somebody might suggest something, somebody might like, or somebody might even ask a question. For example, somebody made a post and someone I asked, okay, ma, so in this scenario, how do I do this? So you know that, oh, that means this thing is people's problem. You can then use it to create content. Then person like, okay, what if the person tells me I don't have money to buy? So how do I get them to buy? Somebody's asking that question. So you can create content that says that is going to teach people how to handle customers that don't have money to buy. And your audience are going to learn. So you see that you have generated an idea from comment section of somebody else's post. And it might even be comment section of your own post. Okay, so when you post something like somebody, people might ask questions, people might bring suggestion. It can become an idea for another post. Okay, now another ways of generating content ideas is from your DM. So there are a lot of people that are not going to comment on your posts. There are a lot of people that are not going to, but they can bring it to your DM. Probably they don't want to feel embarrassed or whatever the case may be, or they just like privacy. So they just bring it to your DM that, ma, I saw your post. You know, it happens, you know. I saw your post, the post you made yesterday, so, and so. So that might give you an idea that, oh, so people are having this challenge, people are having this problem. Oh, so people don't really know about this thing. And, you know, you are able to generate an idea through that part. Okay. So another so another one is through Google search, e.g. questions people are asking about freelancing. This is something you like, write this down. You can try it out after this class, or if you can, you know, minimize your chat, you can even try it out as they're speaking. So you just go on Google and say questions people are asking about freelancing. You're going to see it where people are asking, how do I start freelancing? Or what are the best freelancing platform in Nigeria? Or what are the best freelancing platform in Africa? So you're basically asking Google, you want to know what are the questions people are asking about this particular niche, which is your niche. Okay. So that way you can be able to generate content through that way. So maybe you are a freelancer and then you ask Google, what are the questions people are asking about freelance? And people are and you go there, you are seeing something like they are saying, is freelancing a scam? How can I start freelancing? What are the best freelancing platform in Nigeria? How do I get started on Upwork or Fiverr or whatever? So those are already content ideas. So you know that there are thousands of people that are searching for these answers. So you can create content in that light, teaching people how they can get started on with freelancing. The content can be teaching people or showing people platforms, the best freelancing platform we have in Nigeria or in Africa, stuffs like that. So you can see different ways. So you are not permitted. I'm going to say this again. You're not permitted to say you don't have something to post after this class, because I'm giving you mind-blowing ideas on how you can generate content. Okay, and you can generate content ideas for your business. All right. So that's it. And then you can use user-generated content, UGC, and storytelling. So this is basically sometimes create content. Maybe you talk about your day, things happening around your life. So it basically might not be any of the things that we're talking about. You went out today and something funny happened. That's a content. Okay, something funny happened. It's a content. It might be in form of a user-generated content. User-generated content, like content that you generated, through whatever happened, an experience that happened. And one of the powerful kind of content you can even create for your brand and your business is storytelling, because people connect better with you when you tell them certain things. Okay, so you went out today, something happened at the market, and you just talk about it, and people will share. Maybe somebody that one thing about storytelling is it's either some of your audience have experienced it before, or they know somebody that have experienced it, or even if they have not experienced it, because you share the story, they are imagining it in their head. They are imagining that you've seen content like that from other people. So you also need to learn how to create content in that. But so it's not every day you are teaching us what freelancing is. Sometimes, you add one thing it happened. Share it with us. It can even user journey can be like an issue you had with a customer, maybe a funny conversation you and a customer or a potential client or a prospect had, and you use that as a means of content. A lot of people are going to learn. Some people that have that kind of question will not come and ask again, because they have learned that, okay, this is not so. Stuff like that. So that's another pattern of, and it could actually be, when I talk about storytelling, I'm not really saying that you have to always talk about yourself and every damn thing about your life. No, just some interesting thing that you feel people can learn, or people can just use it to feel. There are some posts you read, even when you're having so like you're having a very terrible day, you just see that post and it feels like that post just give you some level of relief, and all of those things. And you need to make your audience to start feeling that way. Okay, it's not about you just reading from other people. Your own audience too should start feeling that way about you. So it happens like that. So it could literally be anything. I remember one I can never ever forget that content. It was one day when I had to go for a business meeting. I don't know if Mary could remember. This was like 2 years ago. I had to go for a business meeting. And that particular day, so I was invited for this business. It was an offline meeting. So before leaving the house, I was confused about what to wear. I'm one person that likes to look as simple as possible. I don't like stress. So I was like, okay, let me wear, should I just look casual or whatever? And this is a business setting. A lot of people want to look business kind of way. So I tried to wear a gown, and then I was wearing my heel. So I was wearing my heel. So I didn't want to carry my slippers. I didn't want to carry slippers because I was feeling like it's not going to be proper. I will not be, get to the event, start wearing shoes, all of this. So I was trying to do the posh kind of business lady kind of person. So my mom now told me that you better carry slippers, so if your leg pain you, all of all those things. So I just go and carry slippers. So the whole thing just happened that day. That at the end of the day, the bottom line was that my shoe got bad because it rained and I was drenched in the rain. And my shoe got bad. I ended up going to that business meeting with my slippers. And then I was telling my audience, imagine if I had not listened to my mom, I didn't carry slippers, I probably would have gone to that event barefooted. So that was when I shared it, a lot of people were laughing at me. Like, people were saying that some people have had similar experiences. And some other people who were in the meeting, like they met me in that meeting, they saw the content, were like, oh, okay,